Jelena Ostapenko stunned by 20-year-old qualifier as injury woes end Abu Dhabi. Run Jelena Ostapenko's 2026 season continues to feel like a test of patience, resilience, and sheer endurance. The former Grand Slam champion arrived in Abu Dhabi, hoping the Middle Eastern swing might offer a reset after a bruising start to the year. For a brief moment, it looked like the Latvian star had finally found her footing. But tennis has a way of humbling even the most fearless shot makers, and on Tuesday, that reality hit hard as Ostapenko's Abu Dhabi Open campaign came to a premature end. This time at the hands of a fearless 20-year-old qualifier and her own lingering physical concerns. Facing young Czech talent Sara Bejlek, Ostapenko never quite managed to impose the relentless, high-octane rhythm that has defined her best years. Bejlek, playing with the freedom of someone who had nothing to lose, seized her opportunity with both hands, claiming a 6-4, 6-3 victory and a place in the quarterfinals of the WTA 500 event. That a season searching for momentum. Ostapenko's struggles didn't begin in Abu Dhabi. The Australian swing that traditionally serves as a launching pad for many top players instead became a string of early exits for the Latvian. Matches slipped away, confidence wavered, and rhythm proved elusive. By the time she arrived in the Middle East, the urgency to steady her season was palpable. The Abu Dhabi Open, however, initially offered hope. In her opening match, Ostapenko showed flashes of her trademark grit and power, grinding out a dramatic 5-7, 7-6, 6-2 win over Russia's Oksana Selekmateva. It wasn't pretty, but it was the kind of win that can spark belief, especially for a player desperate to halt a downward spiral. That victory also marked Ostapenko's third appearance at the tournament, an event that has rarely been kind to her. Last year, she exited early after a straight sets loss to Tunisia's Ons Jabeur. This time, though, her body language looked different. From the opening point against Selekmateva, she appeared sharper, more engaged, and more determined to fight through adversity. A rising star refuses to blink against Bejlek. Ostapenko initially tried to assert herself with aggressive serving and flat, penetrating ground strokes. At moments, it worked brilliantly. The Latvian's pace overwhelmed the young Czech, especially on serve, forcing rushed returns and short replies. But Bejlek didn't panic. She absorbed the pressure, extended rallies, and waited patiently for opportunities. Those chances came as Ostapenko's consistency wavered. A mistimed forehand here, a rushed backhand to the net there, and suddenly the scoreboard tightened. The first set swung decisively in the 8th and 9th games. Ostapenko showed her fighting spirit by blasting her way out of 3 break points, but the efforts seemed to cost her. In the final game of the set, she faltered at 0-40, surrendering the break and the set 6-4 to the qualifier. Injury concerns take center stage. What followed raised more concern than the scoreline. During the changeover, Ostapenko appeared visibly distressed and called for medical attention. A photo later shared on X showed a doctor checking her vitals on court, a worrying sign for a player already battling form issues. Though she chose to continue, it was clear Ostapenko wasn't operating at full capacity. Her movement lost a step, her timing grew erratic, and the explosive aggression that normally defines her game became harder to sustain. Bejlek sensed it immediately that a battle of resolve in the second set. The second set turned into a mental and physical grind. Ostapenko dropped her serve in the 4th game to fall behind 1-3, struggling to string points together as Bejlek grew in confidence. The Czech played smart, percentage tennis, keeping the ball deep and forcing Ostapenko to take risks she could no longer consistently execute. There were still flashes of resistance. Ostapenko earned a break point with a booming serve that Bejlek failed to return, briefly hinting at a momentum shift. But the Latvian couldn't capitalize. Her focus slipped again, and she surrendered her serve at 2-4, trailing 2-5 and staring down another early exit. Ostapenko dug deep. She rallied bravely, pushing the score to 3-5 and showing the competitive fire that has carried her through countless battles. Yet in the end, her shots drifted wide, the errors crept back in, and Bejlek calmly closed out the match 6-3. Doubles withdrawal adds to the concern, adding to the disappointment. Ostapenko later withdrew from her doubles quarterfinal match, where she was set to compete alongside Barbara Krejcikova. The decision only amplified concerns about her physical condition and hinted that her injury issues may require closer attention moving forward. What this loss means for Sara Bejlek: the victory represents a breakthrough moment, a statement when over a Grand Slam champion on a big stage. Her composure, tactical discipline, and fearless shot selection marked her as a player to watch as the tournament progresses. For Ostapenko, the loss is another frustrating chapter in a season that has yet to find its rhythm. Injuries, inconsistency, and tough draws have all played a role, but the urgency to regain stability is growing with every passing week. Still, if there's one thing Ostapenko has proven throughout her career, it's that she thrives on defying expectations. Abu Dhabi may not have delivered the turnaround she hoped for, but the season is long. The challenge now is managing her health, rebuilding confidence, and rediscovering the fearless aggression that once made her one of the most dangerous players on tour. For now, though, Abu Dhabi belongs to a rising 20-year-old qualifier, and Ostapenko is left searching for answers once again.